go spoil that. And then may
The
not come
internet
here.
better money.
Yeah.
They don't come here.
Well. You want to put up with 2
Like when I see them, no, me go inside.
Get a say S23, 22.
I need to see the camera. What is saying is
Better money, the same link that you send me now, how you see?
The same link. They don't want yet. More they are time conscious. Oh, how many slides you get? 70 slides for 5 minutes? You're not serious.
I can present that in this like 5 minutes.
You're not serious.
It is about what is on the slide.
So what about the woman here now? Better money. Yeah, man.
You didn't help her?
They were work one, what it was email.
So they will tell him except that when they finish that.
They will. That girl called me. She just texted, email that open up and say, we'll give her some time to send her own letter, Paulina. So you can do the same thing for Mrs. George.
Paulina Tebe.
Yeah.
She bought a fini.
Yeah, I told this man.
Who bought it?
I was supposed to ask you, go ask Dr. Kweta now. And they get mom.
Wow.
You are part of the new creation cover.
On that side.
Yeah.
My name was not there.
I didn't know.
She only told me yesterday. And today she gave me last night, just calling me whole day. Let me see how you can do it. I said, well, why you are not coming for the training?
Yeah, the certificate you want.
These are the things that people do. That make
This morning, as soon as I woke up, she called me.
that make nonsense of
Please come quick.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, that's that.
What kind of?
Without.
Only them.
Good morning, everybody. Let's give them, we'll give them a couple more minutes and then we'll get started.
Yeah. Oh, so this is 10,000. You buy three gallons. You buy 12 pieces of Coke. Put it in the cooler. It's there in the at the back.
Okay, there's a cooler at the back.
Yeah, I told Sharon to put it in the car. You didn't see anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything. Yeah. No, no, you know I'm down in the morning. You're brave then. You know I'm down at Kevin and told me, go out then. Yeah, then y'all come up to what I got money. Y'all find out 2,000. Y'all on there. Y'all more. Is somebody speaking? Because I'm not hearing it.
I think they are giving us time to log in.
Yeah, this is Chris. Well, I was just giving them another minute or so just for everybody to get in. Got that. All right, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully it's the last Saturday for us. So today is going to be a interesting day because what we're going to do is we are going to have presentations and a final wrap up of our workshop series. So just so everybody knows, I've been sending out emails to everybody that was registered to help them get completed with their homework assignments and get them all submitted. Everybody is on course to finish. I have a couple of people who are working on their last project. They've notified me they're working on their capstone and they'll be done. If they're not done right now, they'll be done here in a few minutes. So I think it's been a pretty good experience so far. Going through the capstones, I have been impressed by the quality of what has y'all have generated just in a couple weeks. They've ranged from kids' books to AI writing, a complete system to do AI tutoring to prompts. It's really been fascinating to see the creativity of the group. And so that's what we really want to do today is be able to showcase that creativity and give everybody a chance. We want to be sure to give everybody a chance to talk about what they're going to do. So we're going to give everybody it's going to be, you can have up to 5 minutes. We're going to do it. I'm not going to call on anybody. I'm going to let people volunteer to go. And then we'll wrap up. Once we get that done, then we'll wrap up the course, talk about next steps, and move forward. So with that, who would like to go first? Abraham, I can always count on you to volunteer. So you are on mute right now.
My capstone project. Good afternoon to everyone. I believe. A minute. My project was on writing a book for age ranges of 3 to 8 years. And the book was centered around an African contextual setting of a folklore of a spider. Because in Africa, it is believed that a spider is very smart, most often trying to outwit friends and colleagues. So how do I portray the spider as a smart person, but in a setting where he is also very cooperative and work in a team? The reason behind this project was to create a safe space where parents can feel happy and feel comfortable reading books to their children, knowing that there are a lot of controversies surrounding what people believe nowadays. And two, how do I connect the diasporan community back to their roots in Africa, especially for those who are looking for belonging? Now, there are a lot of books that people write that have a contextual setting of a Western culture. And for somebody who has never been to Africa, how do I connect that person with the African folklore? So that was the general idea behind the story. I would like to share my screen, but if I can be permitted for the next 3 minutes, to rather focus my attention on my marketing strategy.
So you should be able to share right now.
Okay. No.
Okay.
So I did a short a PowerPoint presentation for my marketing strategy because it was voluminous. So under that, what are the target audience, or who are you looking out for? So I'm looking out for parents from different demographics, caregivers, educators, and whoever have direct contact with children. So the engagement, what are we going out for? We have cultural significance of the book, positive value promotion, and involving community influencers. But where I want to focus is this place. This particular infographic of a pie chart wants to look at the impact factor of good night analysis when we do a very good marketing plan. So we are looking at 21% bedtime routine, people with 21% bedtime routine, because a lot of parents in Africa here do not have time to spend with their children because of the busy nature of their work. So to be able to connect with your family, we are looking at, if done properly, 21% of families will have that time to spend with their family at home and be able to read the books to their children. Then we'll look at, in an educational setting, we use a lot of Western writing, but we can have about 18.39% because of the content of the book to be used in educational setting. So these are just summary of what I did. Thank you.
Very impressive. Are you going to, I think I know the answer, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you so the group knows. Are you planning on doing anything with the actual book itself?
Exactly.
Would you mind sharing what that is?
I plan to publish, but I realized that the book have one downside, the names. So I plan to use contextual librarian names, or to diversify the names, to have names coming from various parts of Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, because there are 5 key actors in the book. So to have at least one from one side of Africa, so that it have a general sense of acceptance before publishing.
That's great. That's good. How are you gonna publish it? On Amazon?
If given a chance, yes.
Okay,
electronically.
good. Let me know when you publish it, and I'll share it on my LinkedIn network.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So thank you for that, Abraham. Are there any questions? Okay. Who'd like to go next?
When Magwan.
So let me go next because I'm running to a board meeting.
Okay.
I will not be able to share my screen because I'm using my phone. But the title of my booklet, which was designed for third graders, librarian third grader, is called "The Little Hands That Help Liberia" by Oluku Menje. And the goal is to promote responsibility among young kids. So the first thing we did in the booklet was the first chapter. We tried to um, define responsibility. How can the young people understand the responsibility? And then in each chapter, I have quizzes that the students will answer. And in my book, there are pictorials of Liberian kids, of similar to Liberian kids from West Africa. The second chapter is being responsible at school. What it means to be responsible at school. For instance, we use the name Kofi. Kofi is working, is a hard working boy who takes pride in doing going to school every day. He understands the importance of being on time, listening to his teacher. And I think this is important for Liberia because we have lost a lot since the Civil War. You have people who have lived uh, who were born during the Civil War, who are born after the Civil War, raising kids. And responsibility is a key thing about what it means to be responsible. My next chapter in the book, with a pictorial, talk about caring for our community, what it means to care for our community, to be a clean person. One of the things that we suffer with in Liberia is cleanliness. Our cities, you take trash, you just dump it on the street without caring. So trying to teach the young people about caring for the community. My last chapter is the concluding chapter is called "Taking Care of Liberia's Future." If we teach these young people about what it means to be responsible citizens, they definitely will take care of Liberia's future. This includes even recycling. There's nothing recycling in Liberia. Everything is a waste, and so every part of the chapter of the book we have questions that the young people will discuss, and it is an open-ended question. I try to avoid multiple choice because multiple choice do not allow people to express well, so that the kids can be able to talk. And so that's the project. It's a booklet. Hopefully, if I have time, I will seek publication. Any question?
Any questions? So I am, hopefully they're seeing my screen because I went ahead and shared it. I hope everybody can see it. Can you see the book?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So here's
Thank
the,
you.
yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Chris.
you. I enjoyed reading it.
Thank you, Chris.
So you can see the book. Here, there's a couple blank pages, and here's the introduction. Here's a table of contents, illustrations, and acknowledgments and conclusions, and then we start the chapter. You can see that there are images. Some of them are a little slow to come up. You can see that. President Menje, where did you get your images?
Oh, I think I got it from Clark.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I got it from Vera LM. The book cover was done by ChatGPT.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Any questions? Okay. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Chris. We really appreciate you pushing us.
It's part of it, I guess.
No question. I just recommend publication by Dr. Menje. If the need will be.
Thank you. We'll try. I will bring you to help me.
You know, I just want to mention, right, that getting it published is that last mile. And that's the part that a lot of people don't do. But I wish they would do, because it is important that you get your ideas and your thoughts out there. And you've put all this time and effort into it. So hopefully you'll get to that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for that. Osman, you have your hand up. Would you like to go next?
Yeah, will say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
All right. But I'm muted.
No, I can hear you. You've got
Okay,
something over
okay
your
now.
screen, but
No, it's open.
See it now? Yeah, okay.
All right. I'm going to take this one.
so we see a PowerPoint slide or a PowerPoint
Take
frame
it from me.
with teacher's manual.
You click on
I see Joby better.
down.
Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Can you hear me? All right.
Yes.
My capstone project was about teachers' manual. I developed a manual for teachers in middle schools in Liberia. If you look at the executive summary of my project, the title is Manual for Teachers Assessment and Evaluation Plan for Teaching and Learning in Middle Schools. And the mission for this project is to empower middle school teachers with effective assessment and evaluation strategies. Why this manual matters to me and to the entire teachers in Liberia, because most teachers in Liberia are not using traditional ways of assessment, which help the student to understand about what they are learning better. So instead of that, we are going to develop a manual that's unique in evaluating individual assessment. And if you look into the manual, inside the manual we have assessment foundations that talk about the core principles and theoretical framework adapting specifically for middle schools context. Inside the manual, we have assessment tools and assessment types and tools. We have personalization strategy. We have technology integrations, data-driven decision-making in the manual. What are the beneficiaries for this? Who are the beneficiaries for this manual? The manual will not only benefit the middle school teachers in Liberia, it will also benefit the middle school students. It will also benefit the school administrators and curriculum coordinators. It will also benefit the parent and guardians, educational policy makers, and NGO partners. So those are the beneficiaries for my project. And this project, how do I market my project? It is affordable, below 20 USD. If you want any bulk, we can make some discount. But how would I get it? How would I promote it? I will go through those channels, direct engagement with the teachers and the middle high schools. I will have workshops with hands-on activities, collaboration with teacher training programs. I will also partner with local NGOs that focus purely in Liberia education, and those that will be focusing purely on the middle level education in Liberia. And I'll also promote through the channel of social media, through Facebook, WhatsApp, campaigns, videos, and the rest. And also, I will promote it through local newspapers and magazines. Inside the manual, there in the appendices, you will see examples of formative assessment quiz and rubrics. You will see self and peer assessment forms. You will see summative exam template. You also see glossary and recommended readings. So that is about my project. Can you hear me?
Yes, that's good, Osman.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had it on mute. Yes, that's good. What was the I liked your approach. What was the hardest part about doing this for you?
Oh, it's not coming. Yeah. Can you please come back?
Yeah, I'm on camera. We can see you, sort of.
All right.
You got something blocking your camera, but what was the hardest part for you? What challenges did you have in working through this? Okay, evidently he can't hear me. All right. Let me type him a message. Okay. Osman, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but thank you for that. You are on mute if you are talking.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What was challenging for you, if anything, on doing this project?
The only challenge on this project is our location in Liberia. Maryland is very far away from the city. To get a good data here where we live in Maryland is very challenging. That was the main challenge for me in this project.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Osman?
Today the network is
okay. Well, thank you for that, Osman. Who'd like to go next? Mr. Gilbert, would you like to go next?
Yes, sir.
So just me being, while you're getting it ready, me being a tech guy, I enjoyed going through this.
Can I go next?
I was actually ready.
Just a minute. Let me mute some folks. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Gilbert.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon to you, our trainer, Chris, and the team. I think being part of this program, you know, I've learned a lot. My capstone project was on a programming mentor or a code mentor. You know, my area in computer science, one of branch of computer science and engineering is programming. So we're looking at what will be of programmers, what is the future of programmers. Recently, I read an article about jobs that AI was going to affect. And on the list, there was programmers. So, but at the beginning of the AI training program, you know, our facilitators made us understand that, you know, if we are able to train ourselves on how to use AI to do these things, then we should be able, you know, to get ahead there and be able to compete with the world. So I decided to design a programming mentor or a code mentor. Please, if you permit me, I just want to share my screen shortly, and then we can look at exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, you should be able to share your screen.
Yes, sir. So, so with the code mentor, it's going to be like a teacher, and this time we can access this teacher via an online system and an offline system. So in this code mentor, I structured it in such a way that we have 3 compartments. We will have a compartment where it's an interactive problem solving session where, you know, a learner will query the teacher, the mentor, and it's going to be step by step. And then the mentor, which is the AI agent, should be able to respond. And that kind of session, just like the way most of the generative AIs are. And then there is also an option to choose a personalized learning path. What I realized over the years in the classroom is that there are some students that learn very fast, and there are others, you know, they learn in between, and others learn very slow. And as a teacher, most of the time, I used to concentrate on the people that respond in class. Then later on, I realized that, okay, you know, there are people that are left behind just looking at those responding in class. So with this code mentor, you will be able to choose your own, you know, path of learning. And the system will be ready to help you. And then the next one, which is the AI power code explanation. Explanator or explanation. Most of the time, coding is so complex that certain jargons that are used in code, you know, are very hard to understand. But supposing there is a platform that could be able to interpret and explain that personally. So this one allows the learner to actually find why, you know, the system is using why this particular code, and it will be able to explain it to us. Now, with the help of, I think I submitted this earlier on to Chris, and he made a suggestion, and I tried to run this thing through an AI system, and, you know, it gave me something very great. Apparently, there are certain areas in this project which I've not been able to do because of the limitation in the try version of the generative AI I was using. So I just want to share quickly the screen of that one. I mean, that particular one. This is what the system gave me. This is what, just a moment, sorry for that. Okay. Okay. So this is what, when I got, the structure and the outline, this is what the graphical user interface will look like. I don't know if you can see my screen.
We can.
So, so we have the code mentor AI here, and this is how the graphical user interface will look like when the learners get into it. So this is, for instance, maybe you have started learning already, then this is where you always have to go to continue your learning. Maybe this is, you want to take a task. This is where you just click, and take a task. And then you realize that there is a summary of all what has been done in the system on this pan. Like, for instance, here, the interactive code challenge. This one allows you to enter a particular code. So just like I showed it in the conceptual framework, then the system will help you run. So for instance, this is a system. This is a system. Okay, so this is a system. For instance, it's just asking, you put this is a runtime system, a complexity system. So you ask this to the system and then you click on run. It allows you to quickly do that run here, and it will give you the output, and then you can debug, etc., etc. We have, for instance, the learning pathway. You can learn pattern here. You can also learn data structures, control structures. So, and then you can advance to functions and recursion. You can do data structures, and you can do object-oriented programming, and etc., etc. So just like I said, still working on it, and I'm looking at if I can purchase the paid version of the replit that Chris gave to me. I will be able to, be able to get this thing designed properly and possibly put it out there, maybe on Play Store, and it can be used. Thank you so very much.
So what platform did you use to generate what we're looking at on the screen, and how long did that take you?
Yes, sir. I use what we call lovable.app. And it took just, I think it took just 3 minutes. 3 minutes, yeah. There is another platform that Chris gave to me, but I realized that one, it has also generated, but that one is more of like a plain text form, which is very good, which I'm looking at how to look at it into detail and then understand it. And I will begin to use it to assist me also teach my students, and then possibly use for other works.
I read an article the other day about that. It suggested that you start with Figma if you're looking to do wireframes,
Yes, sir.
And then you could move to Lovable to get get your UI figured out, and then move to Replit to be able to do your more heavy code lifting.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
and I like what you've done. And you can send me my commission check when you start making money at this. I'd appreciate that.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Chris,
I love
really
this. I would
appreciate
use this. I would
Uh,
use this. I would definitely use this. So when you make this official, please let me know because I would use this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to keep asking you questions, Mr. Gilbert. Did
Thank you,
so how did you, when you wrote this, when you did this screen that we're looking at right now, this web page,
Yes, sir.
what did you have to put in to get it to do that?
Thank you so very much, Chris. The truth is that, I use no power. In fact, I use specifically the the GTP Smart version 5.
Yep.
And then I asked it based on, in fact, it was the system. I queried the system with a prompt, and it wrote a prompt for me to generate the AI mentor system. And I asked it again, and it generated an outline. So based on what I was looking at, I asked it again, and then it generated a report, a comprehensive report from, feasibility studies down to even documentation and implementation. And so I just copied that whole thing and pressed at, Lovable.
Okay.
And I had to wait for just 3 minutes, and Lovable generated this beautiful thing. And thanks to you and the team, we are learning a lot.
So, well, you actually took this a lot farther than what I expected. So first of all, congratulations on that. But the question I would ask you is, as somebody who is into coding and tech, how long would it take you to do this if you were trying to do it the old-fashioned way without using AI?
This is like 6 months. 6 months. In fact, the fastest would be 3 months.
Yeah.
The fastest would be 3 months, 6 months. I mean, that's crazy. And Chris, I must also say this. My undergraduate years back, I did something called a database management system for a pharmacy. Then I just decided to use the same parameters and then make the AI system generate for me. And that I used 1 year. I used 1 year, 12 months. And the AI system generated a beautiful one, even than what I did. Just less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's amazing the advances in technology, right? And the things that used to take us weeks and months, now you can get maybe not perfection, but you can get something very close in a matter of minutes.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir.
good.
Yes.
Well, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Gilbert?
Yes, I do. So, Chris, with and using Lovable, is that only going to produce the kind of a pseudo user experience or user interface? So that gives us a visual, I guess a visual of what your concept is, or is it actually functional?
Thank you so very much for this question. In fact, Lovable has a challenge. Lovable is concentrating on just the graphical user interface. So Lovable has, a business connection with Superbase. Superbase. So they give you access to Superbase, and then you can create the database for the back end of the Superbase based on your prescription. However, there is just like I said about Chris a few minutes ago. Chris gave me another platform, and they are much into, you know, the back end, which I'm looking at how to incorporate the two to be able to get a functionable system. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you. And that back end would be Replit. Is that correct?
Yeah, okay, good. That's what I was going to ask.
That's it. Yeah, Replit. Yeah, Replit. Yeah.
Well, not actually, right? So what Mr. Gilbert developed here is it will be a working system.
Yes, sir.
Replit, when you go to Replit's got more, it's considered more production worthy. For example, it has a scan feature where you can have it do security scans. It can do more, I mean, it's actually building TypeScript. So TypeScript sits on top of Java, right? And so it's a typed language versus an untyped language. So it's more complex, it's harder, but yet it generates what is something closer to production ready than what not closer to production ready, that's not right. It's more scalable and more likely to be able to go further than what a lovable application would be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Does that make sense, Adele?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions?
There's one in the chat, Chris, or quite a few.
Quite a few, huh?
Well, the most recent one is, does this have a free version?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I use the free version. But the free version is limited in functionality. So since, you know, Chris and the team just whet my appetite, I think I love to go for the paid version so that I can, you know, go more into business.
What I like about this is because, you know, I've told Chris that I've been learning how to code with ChatGPT-5. And because I feel that, you know, yes, you don't need to know coding to really go far with AI, but it seems like there's some skill sets with learning how to code that can make you a better AI prompter, I feel. So that's why I'm going for that skill. So I think this is a great tool for those that really want to take their AI prompting skills to the next level. So I think it's a great idea to start, you know, to maybe take this seriously.
Thank you. Thank you.
The thing that you did that was smart, that it took me a couple weeks to figure out, was you generated your requirements. You just didn't sit down and start typing away and building a system. You sat down and said, okay, what is it I really want to go build? And then you started, and so you figured all that out. You made your outline, your requirements, you know, essentially your stack, right? You figured out, and then using ChatGPT, and then you submitted it so that it's building it from what you wrote, not from your initial query, right? Or from your initial, I want to build a coding mentor app, right? Instead of that, you built out everything you wanted to build, and then you put it out there and let it help you figure out what the MVP is and do all that stuff. So I'm glad you figured that out quicker. You figured that out a lot quicker than I did.
But Chris, let me confess. The truth of the matter is that I began to actually give it, a prompt direct for it to, design a system like this for me. Then I check my inbox and you send a mail. You are like, the deadline, deadline for submission of homework and assignment, and then something, I think, capstone outline deadline. So when I saw that capstone outline deadline, and then I pick it up, I said, okay, so we have to create an outline for the capstone project. And that's how come I went back and then pick it up from that point of view. And I must tell you, I've also learned a lot. Thank you so very much.
Good. Any other questions for Chris?
Mine's not a question, it's just a comment. I think that we have some gifted professors on our team, on our campus, and I'm very impressed with this kind of output that we appreciate these kinds of engagement and learning, because sometimes in Liberia and in Africa, when you graduate from school, that means that you have completed everything, that no development, staff development, or teacher development. So I want to thank you, Chris, and to all of you who continue to showcase your talent.
Thank you so very much, President. Thank you so very much. We appreciate, if Chris will allow me, let me just make this comment. I think last time I was telling my colleague, Abraham, about our boss. A time came, I became so busy, I was trying to skip some of the meetings, and then I looked at President, upon the busy schedule. He get time to be in every one of these classrooms. And so I spoke to Abraham. I said, no. This is something we must learn from as young people. Thank you so very much for giving us the platform, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, so who would like to go next? Let me get Chris down. Whose hands are raised?
Hello.
Hello. Would you like to go?
Yes.
Okay.
My capstone project was on AI stereotyping. And we looked at the implications of AI stereotyping and the future directions. So AI impacts society in all areas, and that includes law enforcement, hiring, facial recognition, and you name it. The AI models that are built, they often inherit and amplify human biases. And these biases reinforce social inequalities. So our objective was to explore these stereotypings, looking at societal and ethical implications, and then propose mitigation strategies. So some of the things we looked at and even provided examples in our work. So one was the bias in facial recognition. And we looked at a case in point, for example, data used to train AI models often contained what we call skewed representations. So more data from one demographic or one demographic group is prioritized over another. So by this, the model will learn and favor those dominant demographic patterns. And you will see that manifesting in facial recognition systems that are trained mostly on lighter skin faces, and they will perform poorly on darker skin faces. So those are the things that the project addressed, and we try to provide mitigation strategies.
What were some of those mitigation strategies?
So for example, we looked at mandatory impact assessment and inclusive data policies. That AI developers should conduct impact assessments that will focus on bias and privacy and other societal effects or social effects. And we also talked about regulatory interventions, coining laws that prohibit discriminatory AI decisions, and also educational interventions.
Educational intervention, what does that mean?
So by educational interventions to integrate AI ethics into education, by that you mitigate stereotypes and biases. You also create public awareness, have public awareness campaigns, and also professional development programs for those that are doing coding and involved in AI. We also propose teamwork.
Teamwork?
Sorry?
What do you mean? What you proposed teamwork?
Teamwork. So you have collaboration from with people from different backgrounds, not just the programmer sitting and writing the codes, but you have different professionals giving their perspectives that you now embed into the code, because you know bias in data is hard to remove fully. So to reduce that, you include teamwork, as we said, by including different perspectives, leaders in different areas.
Good. That's
You
good.
could also involve what we call fairness-aware algorithms or bias detection tools. And these tools can be used to measure bias at different stages. That is at data collection, model training, etc.
Good. So what are you going to do with what you discovered in your capstone?
But what we are thinking of is, especially for where we are, there is still the lack of acceptance in most of the quarters of AI. And it does not only rest with students, even faculty members are skeptical of AI. Some of us don't really know how to use AI tools and leverage on the advantages. So this project will focus on training. As you have started to train us, we think we have the burden to train other, to serve as trainer of trainers. By that, people get to know the importance of AI and accept AI. Because as you said in one of the trainings, whether we like it or not, AI is here to stay.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Adele.
So how would you suggest, if I was needing to implement, if a company came to me and I had a mortgage lending company or just say a lending company, or healthcare company, and their solution was an AI enhanced or AI built on some type of AI. How would you suggest I question or test against bias? Like, what type of tools would you use to test racial, ethnic, gender bias?
Sorry, Adele, my network was breaking. I didn't fully get your question.
I said, if I was going to, if a company came to me and said,
Yeah.
and I had either a healthcare company or a lending company, a financial company, and they said that their solution is either AI enhanced or, you know, uses AI to generate its responses, how do you test, or, you know, what tools would you use to find out what biases that system has? Outside of just questioning, you know, where did you get your data from?
So you could employ counterfactual evaluation that for instance, you can employ counterfactual evaluations to generate counterfactual instances by changing sensitive attributes in the coding that will negatively impact one race or gender. For example, you could, in the use of hiring, you could work on your hiring algorithms to make sure that keywords are not assigned to one party. For example, engineering will be assigned to male and nursing will be assigned to female. Those are biases that embed themselves in the system.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, yeah, good question. Adele, did he answer your question? Adele.
Can you hear me?
You're breaking up
Can you
a
guys
little
hear
bit.
me?
You can now.
Yeah, I'm in the mountains here, but a little bit. I think my question was more based around a company comes to me and they're using an AI-based solution that, based on the knowledge that we have here as a community, that it could be, there are some type of bias that are put into a system. We just have to be able to exploit those and find out what they are. What would be the round of question, or what could they produce to show me that the system does have bias or it doesn't have? You know, how would that sales company prove to me that there is very little bias, or how it was trained? I guess that's more so my question.
Adele, hey Adele, how you doing?
Hey.
You know, so last week Joy did a presentation on ethics, and she asked the question to the chat GPT. So maybe it's probably running it through, right? Running it through and asking for specific biases towards specific groups. And that's what she did. And it actually gave a description for each of the biases. So like different things that she didn't even think about, it actually exposed. So you could actually go in and test it and say, check for biases against women, against, people over the age of 40, and then, depending on whatever result you want, and it can actually give you that information. But I think we all realized, I think it's really hard. You just kind of have to test the information and fix the information and find different ways to update the information. But I think by asking the Chat GPT that specific question might expose some things that, you know, some insights that we probably wouldn't have thought of. But I don't know if there's another answer besides that, because I think it's such a hard topic. That's why everybody has to be diligent on that.
Sure. Okay. No, thank you both. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tracy.
You're welcome. I don't know, Chris, you can fix that if you disagree or if anyone disagrees.
I don't disagree.
Definitely.
Any other questions? Nope. Okay. Thank you for that. Let's see. Next up, Nima.
I'll do it. Good
Nima, are
evening,
you with us?
everyone.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, no, I'm on video. I'm Nema Ehao, and my project was a book for kids. And the title of my book was Tracy and Bolinta, Treasure or Smart. They are best of friends, and one day they found a map, and this map was able to lead them to Avenger to find the treasure or smart. And this treasure is not about gold or jewelry, but it's about happiness and smiling.
Would you like to share your book?
This story is all about kindness, braveness, and friendship, believing in yourself, listening to your heart, encouraging yourself, and teamwork. Key takeaway is being brave, even when things are hard. Help and support your friends, teamwork, and challenge. Listen to nature and your own heart, because if you go deep down in the book, one of the chapters where they whisper forest, the both of them were afraid and they encouraged each other to be brave. The story teaches that the greatest advantage comes from being brave, working together, and following your heart with kindness. So that's my project.
Yeah, please, will you like to share a book for all those Shafiat?
As you try to share?
I'm trying
Yeah,
to get
to try to share the book.
I'm trying to share my project, please.
Share, okay. Where is it?
No.
What is your project?
No.
No, yeah, okay. What is your project?
No.
You should have opened it earlier.
This is
it, okay. Now go to.
Oh, okay. The sharing it.
That's, yeah, you can book.
So I think I'm sharing it, Nima. Nima?
Just share the forward.
Yeah, and I'm sharing it at a man. You go through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I finished presenting.
Okay.
Thank you, yeah, Tracy. Tracy said well. Tracy said good.
Nima?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm sharing your book right now. I hope I'm sharing it. Do you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
You get to it. There it is. Okay, let me share it again. Okay, there we go. So Nima,
Yeah.
where did you get your pictures from? The illustrations in the book.
The pictures from.
I use Canva.
Okay. You use Canva,
Yes.
and Canva generated these for you?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that is awesome. And I love that it's Tracy, that there's Tracy in there.
Yes, yes. I love your presentation, so I choose to use your name.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh my gosh, what an honor. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Because Tracy means all that too.
Let me move this out of the way. The Talking River. Tracy and Benita followed the map's winding path until they reached a sparkling river that glittered under the bright sun. Look at all the fish swimming, Tracy explained. So did you use AI to write the text too?
Yes, yes.
Did you change the text at all?
What?
ChatGPT is fast, man.
They say I changed the word.
Which one you use to write the book?
I use prompt.
No, ChatGPT is power.
I use inner power ChatGPT 5 prompt. I get the smartest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just copy and paste it in here, or did you change it to be like you?
I did copy and paste, but I did some editing.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with your book?
If the chance is given, I would love to publish it.
Well, that's a big, what is that, a cheetah?
Yeah. The whisk.
Tiger? You obviously put a lot of time into this.
What did I do? Thank you, thank you.
This is good. Are there any questions for Nima?
No, they said no question, no questions. I'm
Does
done.
anybody have any questions for Nima?
Oh.
Does anybody else want to ask questions? I love the colors that you've got in your illustrations, your pictures.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions?
I'm aware I need to work a little bit better in Canva. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful pictures.
Maybe Nima can give us a tutorial on that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
This is good. Thank you, Nima.
Welcome.
Okay. Let's see who's next. Abel, your hand is up. You can go next.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. The name there is Abelbaum, Rosalita Rogers. I don't know why the Abel got there. Okay, yeah. So my capstone project has to do with pharmacy. It's something that I anticipated doing already. So I just used the opportunity to create the business plan. Yes. Hello?
So, yeah, I'm here. So tell us about your business plan.
Yes. So it's a pharmacy in a community in Monrovia. The Monrovia Community Pharmacy will be a licensed retail pharmacy dedicated to providing high pharmaceutical products and services to the residents of Liberia, and of Monrovia rather. Over 70% of our residents, or I can say the citizens of Monrovia, do not like to go to the hospital. They rather buy over-the-counter drugs. So I decided to open a pharmacy that will provide high-quality pharmaceutical products. And our target, we want to serve the sick, older people, and children in the community. In our vision is to be the most trusted and accessible community pharmacy recognized for exceptional patient care, ethical practices, and a strong commitment to improving public health outcomes in Monrovia. And our mission is to provide safe, affordable, and effective pharmaceutical products, to offer expert guidance and personalized patient counseling, and to promote healthcare education and wellness initiatives within the community. Our core values: integrity, compassion, quality, and community focus, engaging actively in health promotion and disease prevention efforts. Our market analysis, Monrovia Community Pharmacy, local residents, we are serving the local residents, families, individuals seeking both prescription and over-the-counter drugs, chronic disease patients managing conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, and asthma who require regular medication and counseling. Our market size and growth. The population of Monrovia exceeds 1.5 million and is expected to grow steadily within increasing health awareness and government initiative and the aim to improving healthcare infrastructure. For our quantitative analysis, while there are approximately 5 major pharmacies within a 5-kilometer radius of the proposed location, many suffer from inconsistent availability of essential medication, limited professional consultation services, poor customer service, and lack of community engagement. So Monrovia Pharmacy will differentiate itself by ensuring a consistent stock of essential medicine, providing expert patient counseling, and actively engaging in a community health education. So I'll come to the market, our strength: licensed pharmacy ownership, ensuring professional standards, strategic location with high profit traffic. And then one of our weaknesses is the dependence on supplier reliability. So go to strategy. Oh, my strategy. Let's see. So our marketing strategy will have Monrovia Pharmacy will implement a comprehensive marketing approach that aims at building brand awareness, attracting and retaining customers, and positioning the pharmacy as a trusted healthcare partner in Monrovia. And our location advantage established a pharmacy in a high traffic, easily accessible area to maximize visibility and convenience for our customers. And we also have our digital presence, develop a simple website and maintain active social media profiles, the Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, to share health tips, promote services, and communicate with customers. Use digital channels to announce promotion and community investment. Our sales strategy, which is the product availability, maintain a well-stocked inventory of essential prescription over-the-counter drugs to meet customer needs and promptly and avoid lost sales due to stock outs. Now, professional consultation use medication counseling as a value-added service to enhance customer satisfaction and encourage repeat business. Yeah, so we provide convenient payment method, including cash, mobile money, credit for regular customers. So far, that's my presentation. And this presentation is something that is realistic because I'm going to and provide the services that I spoke about here.
So you're looking for $35,000
Yes, initial capital.
to cover your startup costs and support your launch and early operations. How long will that last you?
The 35,000.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a lifetime because based on my services, will increase our profits. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to last. How long will it take you to get them?
I have to admit, I'm amazed at the depth that you went into.
Yeah.
There's a lot of detail here. Very good.
Thank you.
How much of this did how much did you use AI for?
How much?
Yeah.
I did not pay any money. I use power ChatGPT 5 smartest.
Okay. Did you develop this all with ChatGPT 5.0?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I just put in a prompt. We created the outline, and I gave another prompt to create the lesson plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good.
Thank you.
What kind of questions does everybody have? Does anybody got 35,000 they want to invest?
Pardon me? He's asking who get 35,000. Oh, who get 35,000? Okay, yeah. Somebody just gave me 35,000.
Yeah.
Okay. The happiest person right now.
Very good. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Good.
Okay. Loretta, you're up next.
You know what?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Eunice. But
Eunice, are you
Hello.
going next? Or Loretta? Loretta, go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Okay, so my capstone project was on designing and implementation of an offline test rating platform for tertiary institutions like Tottenham University or the University of Liberia. So the offline platform is going to be a secure, user-friendly software that will, for tertiary institutions, that will help manage, store, test materials without internet dependency, which is one of the major problems that we face around here, especially in rural areas where Liberia do not have internet connectivity all the time. So I'm looking into exploring that. If it is possible, I can share my screen with just a summary of my work.
Yes, please do.
Okay, let me see how, oh boy, how I'm able to do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Am I there now? So this is a brief executive summary of my project. And this is the background. Assessment is important in tertiary education because it measures students' academic progress. It helps identify learning gaps and guide curriculum improvement. But however, there are challenges in these mentors wherein it takes time to prepare questions for students. It's time consuming, and using the online platform poses a greater challenge where electricity is a problem and internet connectivity is also a problem. And there's lack of offline support impact in instability and flexibility in that when there is no power and you have an online system, you are unable to administer your exam. You have to either postpone it or wait for the internet to come on. So the objective of this project is to enable offline creation, management, and storage of tests in tertiary institutions. For our system designs and feature, we look at the functional requirements. It's in detail in the work. This is just a summary. We'll also be looking at the support of the system that has to do with multiple test items, structures, and organization. And it's going to be user-friendly. For the non-functional aspect of it, we're going to look at data security because you just don't want your test, because it's an offline system, you really want to look at the security aspect of it, the usability, whether people are going to be able to use it offline, performances, cross-platform compatibility like Windows and MS Windows. The data integrity, we're going to look at that aspect under the system design and features. Most of these things, I'm not a tech personnel, so I had to do extra reading to try to kind of understand it. But my major idea was pushing for this offline test platform stuff. So for implementation and security, we're going to look at the architecture components of that, and it's in detail in the work. We're going to look at the user interface, looking at different formatting strategies, data management, and security models so that it's authentic, develop practices, modular designs and maintenance, version control with Git for collaboration and code history. And when all of this is done, the benefit is to create a reliable offline test creation despite the internet issues that we face here at Tottenham and all over Liberia for that matter. And it's going to be able to support diverse user, and it's going to be proficient for institutional needs. And we at Tottenham, when this can come to fulfillment, is going to benefit us, and it's going to not only Tottenham but universities around with the high inconsistency of power and internet connectivity. Thank you. Questions?
I think I missed it. So can you explain to me again how you're going to deal with, are you saying that you're going to build a learning platform, an online test writing cloud, development implementation of an offline test writing platform? Okay. So you're going to be able to write tests
Yeah.
on whether, on a laptop or whatever, whether you've got an internet signal or not. Is that right?
Yes, that's the aim. Yes.
And then when you get back into where there's an internet signal, will it then sync up?
Yeah, sync up and upload. Yeah.
Okay.
So that you can do your test with regardless of internet.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm with you. Do you
Come again?
how much of a market do you think there is for this kind of platform? Let me ask you a different way. How many people would use this?
Well, it's designed for tertiary institutions, so we're looking at marketing it all over Liberia to universities, colleges, polytechnics, institutions like the nursing and midwifery board that can usually give online tests, and this is one of the challenges. Most of the time, once there is no internet, it's kind of difficult for nurses to administer their exam all over the country. So we're going to market it to various universities, colleges, and polytechnics around Liberia and West Africa, where power shortage and internet connectivity is a problem.
So it's not just a writing platform, it's also an offline test taking platform.
Yes.
So if I'm a nursing student then, and I get to where I've got an internet connection, it will sync up, and then when I'm back at home, I could then take the test. Is that right?
No. What is going to in a traditional setting, you come on campus to write your exam also. So it's going to be the instructor going to do the exam and upload it. Then you have a time to take it offline.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to build this yourself, or do you have a team to build it?
So I'm going to share the idea and sell it with, I hope, Dr. Gabriel, you are listening. IT department collaborate with engineering department and see how this can work, because I think that's a great idea. And if more work is done about it, I'm not a tech person, so they can give me some technical know-how as to how it can come to life. Yeah. So I depend on collaboration and partnership to bring the vision alive.
So you'd want somebody like Mr. Gilbert to help you?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been following. I've been following. Yeah. So maybe we talk offline, and then we look around it and see if we can work it out. Because from what she just said, it means that it's going to be more of, firstly, I was thinking it's going to be like a testing, like the way we have normal testing. But based on the explanation, I realized it's talking more like a learning platform, but this time through test.
Yes, test offline.
Good. Through test offline. So meaning you can access the platform even when there is no internet. And
That's the goal.
yeah. And I believe that if it works, in fact, it will cater for most of the challenges, we do have here in Liberia.
In Liberia, at Tottenham
Exactly.
specifically. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the goal. That's the vision.
That's right. That's right. So I think we look at it later. We look at it later and see what we can input. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Loretta. Does anybody have any questions?
I just wanted to say, I just love to see how, everybody has different skill sets, different creativity, and AI is not going to make everybody the same, but it's going to amplify more of who you are. So I think this was just super cool just to see that interaction.
Thank you.
I like the idea that she went after something that's tangible that will help her today or tomorrow.
That's right. That's what's beautiful about it. Creating something that's bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Thanks for jumping in, Tracy. Okay.
Super cool.
Next up, we have Eunice.
Where's your Zoom? Okay, now you can start. Okay. You want them to see you? Okay, you can talk.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Eunice, and my capstone project is about movie script. And the movie title is The Power of Silence. I have 4 characters acting in this movie, or who are expected to act, because I'm planning to launch it pretty soon. And this movie is about 4 friends who are very much together, having courage in working together. And this story teaches a very moral, important lesson, talking about the power of silence. In this movie, children below 5 to 10 years get to understand that silence is very important. Most often, people are more talkative than listening to their friends' point of view. So I've decided to read this movie script where children can see how silence plays an important role in their learning. Let's look at the overview of this. The plot overview of this. Okay. I guess you have already read you have already read the whole script, but the main point here is there was from the script we have David, one of the character. He is a storyteller, and he often loves to talk and be heard. And Precious is another character who is very kind, practical, and peacemaker in the group. Victor is also a natural leader, resourceful, but quick to speak without acting or without thinking, sorry. Now, this story is set in a village part of Liberia where the drum that is used for communication got spoiled, and there was no need or means of communication, and they needed someone to be the one to pass messages to the villagers. David, being a person who is very talkative, he always needed attention and he wanted his voice to be heard. So he took the initiative to get the drum, which was at the hut, an old hut. But before getting that, his friends, Precious, Courage, and Victor, asked him to be critical and rational of his decisions because to where the drum was very dangerous in getting there. And there was a heavy storm that was coming, and the villagers need to be warned about that. So when the rain started to fall, everyone lost direction. The four friends got separated in a huge storm and they found refuge to be safe. And three of them, Precious, David, Precious, Nicholas, and Victor, was together while David was missing. And so they decided to work together to find David. And when they went in the rain, they started shouting, but there was no one to hear them because the storm was too loud. And later they realized that the harder they shout, there was no one to hear them. So they decided to go look for David themselves. When they got in the rain, they started looking for David. They found him at the old hut where the missing drum was, the spoiled drum. And when they got there, Victor, being a person who does not think, he wanted to rush at the cliff to get the drum. But Courage told him to stop, that they should pause for a minute. And in that moment, they understood that the power of silence is very important because one of them realized that the more they continued to talk and shout, there was no understanding between them. So they stopped shouting, they stopped talking, and just concentrate to finding solution in how to get the drum. After they rescued the drum, they were able to learn a very lesson from that incident. And this story talks about the true communications that involves in listening as much as speaking, and that everyone has value even if they express themselves differently. So that was my capstone for this session training. I'm done.
Right now, I'm just scrolling through so everybody can see your document, your script.
Okay.
There we go. We're to the bottom. So what made you decide you wanted to write a movie script?
I'm not getting I'm not getting I cannot get it, please. No. Hello?
Eunice, what made you decide to write a movie script?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, what was the question?
My question is, what made you decide to write a movie script?
Yeah. Mhm. It has always been my dream to become a movie producer. Yeah.
Good.
But
Okay.
I needed to take advantage of this program because I've already started a draft of this particular topic that I've chosen, the power of silence. I wrote it, and through this, I was able to advance on it better. And
Good.
this movie script comes about engaging children because we found out that children are more active and they are engaging in lots of activities. So most of them during their lesson hours or their teaching sessions, they will be quite to be distracted, and they need a movie that will teach them that whenever you are in a class, you have to be silent because the power of silence is very important. It gets you to think more critically and be able to learn a lot within a short period of time than just talking and not listening.
I love that you used AI to help you take this project further. And I think that I can't stress even more that AI is really going to help us amplify our own creativity. You have a passion
Yeah.
for children and you want to help them learn. And I think it's awesome that you're able to use AI to support your project. So kudos to you. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the creativity of doing the script. I haven't had a movie script. I've taught this class to 200 people probably, and I have yet to have anybody take that approach in creating a movie script. So that's really good.
Thank you.
You have to be sure when you get it made to share it with us so that we can see it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, who's next? Somebody who's got the name user.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Sandra Moraes. My caption was turning waste into wealth. We all know that waste are those things we throw away that harm us and our environment. Waste can be transformed into valuable resources. Organic waste can be converted into posts for agriculture. For instance, we have the mineral water plastic. We can turn it into a bottle. And the menthol can be recycled into products. For example, the Coke pot. While small scale innovation can generate jobs and income for local communities, organizations, and the country at large. My objective is creating a job market for generation and generations to come. Circular economic is a way of living, doing business where goes into waste, where nothing goes into waste. For example, the dumping of waste food, we also turn them into compost for farming, or turning those plastics into plastic shears. In circular economic, it deals with the 3 arrows. We reduce, we reuse, and we recycle. In reduce, reduction is taking place For instance, unemployment rate, environment or pollution. People are going to get job, reduce the unemployment rate, the unpleasant environment, like the pollution. If the community is terminated, the arrow, we're going to reduce the population. The second one is the reuse. It's the process that you use atom again for the same purpose to generate the new product instead of throwing them away. Example, like using a plastic bottle of reduce or container. The third one is the recycle process, which we turn materials into new materials or products. Like many Liberians, we face growing challenges in West due to population rate in the cities and a limited disposal facilities. In cities like Harper or Plivo, hustle and market waste often end up in dump site or waterways, creating health risks. It will help environmental pollution, unpleasant living environment. I would like to share my screen.
Absolutely.
Okay, where's the screen? Okay, let me see here. Okay, which of them? This one?
Yes.
Okay. Here. Okay, yeah, okay. Can you see it now, Chris? Okay.
Okay. Can you see it?
It's coming. It says user is shared screen. There it is. Yep.
Okay.
Turning waste into wealth, chapter content.
This is the topic. Turning waste into wealth. It will help to provide jobs for generation to come. It will reduce the waste management through these outlines, objective and scope of the chapter. I'll stop this fine. Any question?
Very detailed. So what are landfill taxes?
Yes.
Applying fees on landfill disposal discourages waste dumping and generates revenue fund. There you go. Okay.
No question.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Actually, no question.
Pardon me?
What's your next step after this?
Oh, my next step is to create a job market to enable young staff in generations to come so that they can be able to be, so that they can get work to do. So,
Okay.
so I want to get involved in waste management to keep the city clean as well.
This is good. This is a good, great start. Hopefully, you'll continue on and start building it out.
Thank you.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, I got a
Sandra.
question.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, you talk about turning waste into wealth, but if I tend to be correct, I never hear you listing any way or any means on how we can turn waste into wealth. So I would like for you to give me a one way or to
Yes,
turn
I
waste
did.
into wealth.
We turn waste into wealth through circular economic, using the 3 arrows. We reuse, we recycle, and we reduce. Reducing the unemployment rate, the unpleasant, the bad smell from the environment. Into raw materials for product. In reusing, we use those same process again instead of throwing them away. For example, using a plastic bottle as water container. Are you there?
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Any other questions for Sandra? Okay, thank you, Sandra.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right. So next up, we have Theodore.
Greetings. Clear the stream. The stream, clear the stream. Oh, brother. Yeah. Then I share. Hello? Good morning and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Theodore Kekai Famula. I think you made mention of Miata family. Well, I wrote a book. My capstone project was writing a book. And basically, I was talking about the Liberian culture, how to educate our youth, young generation into about our Liberian culture. So I will summarize and then go right at the marketing strategy. In summary, the essence of this book is to educate our students into our Liberian culture through speaking of simple languages and encouraging stories covering topics such as the Liberian geographic, diverse, tradition, clothes, the popular food, our music, our dance, folk tales, and what have you. And these things will help us to really have the mere meaning of our country, know how your country is, and its heritage. So it's based on that I have decided to write on the Liberian culture for elementary schools. If you look back to the marketing strategy, we have a lot of other strategies here, but definitely the targeted points of the strategies first should be the primary elementary school teachers our Liberian schools, the educational institutions, especially in Liberia, West Africa. And then the second aspect is the sale process of the sale. How am I going to do the sale of these stories or books? To introduce Liberian cultures in simple language suitable for young learners, include engaging stories, folk tales, activities, to promote cultural pride and understanding amongst the Liberian children, the young children. I'm also looking at the process of channeling the market channel. Let's look at the digital marketing future to come, to use a website and landing page where we'll create a dedicated page with our book descriptions, use a social media campaign, we use an educational blog and forums, we use emails, newspaper. Those are strategies being put in place for us to have our market worldwide. And we also have talked about community outreach, where we will go to the schools, the partnering schools, we go to the partnering school, the community, the libraries. And then we talk about sales. On sales, we talk about online retail, we talk about bookstores, library, and the promotion. The earlier bird discounts for school purchasing multiple copies. That would be one of it. The promotion offered free downloadable activities sheets. We also talk about monitoring and feedback. We collect feedback from educators and readers to improve future editions. We use our testimony and success story for ongoing project. So that's a marketing aspect that we have created for this project. And I think I did tell you the book title already, The Liberian Culture for Elementary School. I'm sharing.
Let me quit sharing. There you go.
This is great. That's a brief explanation for my book titled Liberian Culture for Elementary School.
So you're hoping to get this book, to give this your book, if you will, to teachers or to students, or both?
Well, for now, I'm deciding to, if this book is to be published, to give to schools, elementary schools, so that it can help empower our students or give them more knowledge about their culture.
Okay.
To link with institutions, like the marketing strategy was saying, we have to link with institutions and see how best we can promote our businesses or supply.
Okay.
I think this is a good start. I think, you know, as we're creating our projects and coming up with the foundational ideas, you know, we could also use AI, you know, to help us understand the market and how to better position our products and maybe evaluate, you know, what it, you know, how you can bring it into the market. So I think this is a very great start, but, you know, you might want to also look at, you know, titles or, you know, you know, what would work best to promote your book. But I love the idea of the Liberian culture, because I think that sometimes, you know, for my family, I'm Haitian and I don't really know the Haitian culture as much. So I think it's good to, you know, to emphasize culture for the children so they grow up and not lose their identity. So I think great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any questions for Theodore?
I have a general question. So, two questions. One, has anyone used or maybe developed a prompt to basically have either EnoPower or ChatGPT, any of the LLMs that are being used as the thought partner to be to not just say that it's a great idea, but to be critical and strategic about its response. It,
This is a good question.
to kind of follow along with
Question.
to follow on what Tracy said is anyone familiar with business model or lean model canvas? Because that can provide some answers for, you know, distribution and marketing and you know, key channels for either books or products as they're looking to be released into the market or whatever market, wholesale, retail market, or whoever your target ICP is. So those are just two questions. If someone has used them, then, you know, comment. If not, then it's something to consider when you're looking to take your product or service to market. And if you're using one of the LLMs as a thought partner, because the LLM is usually typical to say, hey, that's a great idea, or it seems like you've put a lot of thought into this, or something of the, you know, really positive, giving you a great dopamine effect. But you want to make sure it's being critical if you're going to market or trying to go to market with something.
It's a good point, Adele. Good point.
Yeah, it is. Now I'm thinking we should probably show that aspect in InnoPower too, because it is an InnoPower, right, Chris? That tool. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in there.
You could go in and be critical. I mean, you could just say be critical, provide a critique of this book and be unbiased and be straight and to the point, and it would give you that.
Okay.
Something like that. You could say that, but you know, I don't know if anybody in this exercise has tried that or not.
Yeah, because I know I wasn't intentional about that either. So, but no, that's a great point, Adele. That, you know,
I was working in something last night. I hadn't used I'd only used Notebook LM as, you know, to generate a podcast, but not really to test its feedback and really to chat with it. But that's a really interesting tool to play with. So I spent 2 or 3 hours in that last night, which I'll probably exercise just a little bit more.
Any other questions for Theodore? Thank you, Theodore. Okay, next up, Edward. We're going to do Edward and Emmanuel, and then we'll knock it off.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, any ask my
My,
recommendation?
are you still talking, Mr. Video? Are you coming? Yeah, I was giving. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, are you getting me?
Yes.
Yeah, my capstone project is uh business business. How do you go? Or I would like to share my screen.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, because okay, I started sharing already. Please confirm it.
It says it started sharing screen. It hasn't shared it yet though. There we go. Okay. Yep. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, we can see it. Marketing plan for Liberian palm oil.
Palm oil.
Yeah.
The main thing is not responding. Amen.
We can see your screen.
Yeah, boy, responding. Taking
The internet's probably.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Amen. Okay. All right. Here we go. This was my capstone project. I did a plan for Liberian palm oil, and I'll talk about how to take our our own resources to another level. So I got a slash or various slides that discussing the Liberian palm oil and how to take it to another level. See, there is a executive summary of what is in this work. If you read the marketing plan for Liberian palm oil is to promote a stable business while we are in the period of growth. That is the palm oil is will help us to it was stable growth. It was stable benefit while we are in the period of economic crisis. Then there's an overview, the market overview. The palm oil market is a significant sector within Liberia consumption and expert. I'm not getting this. No. Yeah, I got some problem. Uh, oh God. The screen just started sharing.
We still see your screen.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, I'm only seeing your screen on my screen here. Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I'm only seeing your screen on my screen.
You're
I'm
only
not
seeing
seeing my.
me.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm only seeing your screen. No.
Okay.
Yeah, God.
Where's your capstone? I can bring that up. See your marketing plan. Is that what we're in?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'll get it and I'll.
Uh,
And then
Because
I can
there's a
show.
tab, there's a tab on top of Zoom too. So you probably just need to look at where your screen share is versus the other tab where you'll see. But Chris, definitely do what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
There we go. Okay.
all right, thank you. So, there's a executive summary of the screen, which talk about the growth of Liberian palm oil and how it keeps on growing. And this also talk about the overview in which we stress out key points in which people are involved in using the Liberian palm oil. We'll talk about household, we'll talk about firms, and we'll also talk about local businesses. Yeah, Nesla. This is the introduction. Palm oil is a stable Liberian cuisine using everything from soup to fast food. That is the use of palm oil in Liberia and the importance of palm oil in Liberia increasing demand for natural organic products. There's a great opportunity to promote Liberian palm oil, both locally and internationally. Nesla. So this analysis, the market analysis, get a landscape, market landscape, the global palm oil market is huge. So we say that the global palm oil market is a very huge market, which is valued over 70 billion. In Liberia, palm oil is essential for local cooking and key agricultural products. They will get a specific audience which are met for Liberian palm oil. Our primary audience include household in Liberia and African as a whole, looking for authentic
Did we lose you? I think we lost him.
Power went off. Most probably where he's working from. He's using a computer.
Yep. Okay. We'll see if he comes back. Let's
You'll notice that most people have gone offline because they are working from the lab. So power has just cut off. So you'll see most people are out.
The power went out, you say?
Yeah, this side.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah, I'm using my laptop, so if
okay. So who's next? Emmanuel, you want to go ahead? Thank you for that, Benson.
I'm back.
You're back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I talk about a landscape. I talk about the specific people who use the Liberian palm oil. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. Yeah, we'll talk about the SWOT analysis. What is the strength? We'll talk about strength, the weakness, the opportunity, and the threats. That is including the using or manufacturing the Liberian palm oil. So if you can read closely, you will see each of them. They had a various point. It says strength, rich flavor and cultural significance, grow sustainably by local fairness. That's the screen. Weakness, perception of being less refined and imported oil. Limited marketing and distribution channels. Okay, that is screen the weakness, the opportunity and the trust. Opportunity increase. That's the opportunity of Liberian palm oil. Increase interest in organic and locally sourced product. Potential for export to international market. The trade composition from cheaper imported oils, environment concerns surrounding palm oil production. Yeah, so the Liberian palm oil, these are the screen weakness, opportunity, and threat. Next slide. So for the sake of time, I will just go away and not stress with the reading. Increase legal scale, but they say the Liberian palm oil, but every year it increase by the percent, it increase by 20% every year, 20%. Establish a strong online presence and grow social media by 50%. Launch a campaign to educate consumer about the benefit of Liberian palm oil. That's the objective, the marketing objective of Liberian palm oil. Next slide, please. The next slide. Okay, these are the strategies of the Liberian palm oil. We'll get a product strategy. Offer high quality unrefined palm oil in eco-friendly containers. Highlight the benefit of using local palm oil in traditional receipt. We could talk about the pricing strategies. Set a competitive price point that reflect quality while remaining affordable for local consumers. So these are the strategies. We got a product strategy, we got price strategies. Liberian palm oil. Yeah, next slide. Get the promotional strategy also. How to promote the Liberian palm oil. The channel for production. We need to look at the channel we use to produce Liberian palm oil. Utilize social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram to showcase recipes and cooking tips. And say if we want to promote the Liberian palm oil, we should also do it by using social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and other social media areas to introduce the tips to cook Liberian palm oil and the recipes we use to cook them, which include the palm nut and other ingredients. We should also share the content we use to make the Liberian palm oil. Share story about the farmers and whoever is involved in making the Liberian palm oil and video to demonstrate how to use palm oil in Liberia.
You ready for the next slide? Can anybody else hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So he's also got a distribution plan. He's going to sell it at local markets, grocery stores, and through an online platform. He's going to partner with local restaurants to feature palm oil in their dishes. The budget and resources, he needs a $50,000 for the first year. Allocation 40% marketing, 30% production, 30% distribution. I would ask him about if that's enough for marketing. Monitoring and evaluation, KPIs, sales growth, engagement rates, customer feedback, and satisfaction surveys. Evaluation methods, monthly review to assess sales data assess sales data. Correct it since I got the PowerPoint. That didn't help, did it? Sales data and adjust marketing strategies based on performance. And 12, in conclusion, could thrive in the right market by promoting its quality and cultural significance. Reference. He did I like that. He did a product mock-up. Does anybody notice anything that's missing from this from a marketing standpoint? Well, we lost a bunch, didn't we? 9. Let's see who's left.
I can't
Vincent?
think of what he's left out. He covered his SWOT. He's got KPIs. He's got distribution. He's got a mock-up, or maybe that's a slight MVP. I don't know if they covered the financials. You may have said that, or so I'm driving right now, so I'm going off of memory.
Yeah, he did. He covered. He said he needed, I forget, $50,000, 40% for marketing, 30% for production, 30% for distribution.
Gotcha.
What, like the data from people using it or something, like piloting it?
No.
I guess because I'm where Adele is at too. Like, what else could be missing? What are we
Well, if
not thinking about?
Yeah.
How healthy it might be.
Oh, okay. So that kind of data. Okay. So
Yeah,
proof.
so
So
if
proof
you're
of concept.
Yeah, so if you're
Okay.
selling, not necessarily a proof of concept, but like
Okay.
I have a feeling it's just the three of us here now, but I would think about including how healthy it is and get it into the social media,
Yeah,
network.
I talk about social media.
He's back.
Hello.
Oh, so
Go
customer
ahead.
channels.
Channels.
Yeah, customer channel. I talk about doing social media or platforms such as Facebook, Instagram to share tips
I
on
think I
how the
heard that.
librarian.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, here's the question. So what is your value proposition for this?
What? Come again?
Your value proposition.
Value proposition.
Yes. So if you're looking at, for example, if you're looking at a lean model canvas or a business model canvas, one stage is called value proposition. There's also something called a value proposition canvas, which will help you evaluate how you separate yourself. Like, what demand are you meeting? Which will also define where you're separating yourself.
What's the value of what you're providing?
All right. This is to simply, for me, I'm the accounting student. I'm in the accounting fee. So when this opportunity was given to me, I was use it as of me, because this is what I always like to do, to know about market and or financial, management. So for me, I want this project, I want for the labyrinth palm oil to be a worldwide project, to share how it is cooked and the recipe that is including cooking the brand palm oil. I want for our dish to be, to be worldwide. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see. Hello.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, I think my suggestion was to think about if you could get somebody, a doctor or somebody, to say how much healthier palm oil is than using other kinds of oils like olive oil, and get it, you know what I mean? Get it into the health food, health advisor, influencer area.
Yeah. Why is it healthy to use this oil versus or as an alternative to others?
Right.
Because it's,
Yes, I got it now. You think about the benefit of using this oil. Yeah, it's healthy to use the oil because this oil is pure oil, is natural. That is a came from the palm, and the processes, and it's a natural oil, and it is rich in vitamin. Yeah, rich in vitamin.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think those are just important things to know because, I see a lot of different things pop up through social media or Instagram. At this point, Instagram, Facebook are almost the same. But in order to escape the fad, you just have to have a sustainable value in, your product to market. If not, it's just going to run its course and then the next fad pops in. So
Yeah.
that's my only comment there.
Yeah, here in the U.S., coconut oil was really big for a while, and then it kind of drifted. It's kind of drifted away, and olive oil's big, and so you'd want to figure out how you make it. What makes you different than olive oil? Your palm oil different than olive oil, and it would just be. And I guess my point was just making it that you probably want somebody with some authority, like a nutritionist or a doctor or somebody like that adds some credibility, adds some professional credibility to what you're selling.
Yeah, sure.
I like your product markup. That's what's on the screen right now. Did you do that did you do that using ChatGPT or something?
Did it using ChatGPT?
Nice.
Yeah, I did many image using Power AI also. Power, but it's like already very many, so I couldn't add it to it. So I just one image.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the palm there. It came from a palm. Then they process it, and from the palm they produce the palm oil. Yeah. So that's like palm oil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Nice work. Remember us when you get rich.
Thank you.
I can one day say, I knew Edward. I actually had Edward Allison in class. You know that guy that's got his own airplane now and he's a billionaire?
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody else want to share before we wrap up? I don't see more hands up.
I'm here to present.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Dr. Benson. Let me
Yes.
just wrap up because my laptop is going almost low battery. And all of
Okay.
the people I have here with me at the ODC, all of their laptops are off already because there's no internet. I'm just using my own data now. Thank you very much, Chris. I wanted to present mine, but I know it's very simple, and there are many things I still need to want to do with it. Actually, I have 3 ideas, but I decided to do the short one because I didn't have enough time to do the work. I'm really, really very busy. But I really learned many things here. I will follow up with the participants. I really admire their outputs, their capstone projects. I will follow up, especially Dr. Chris, Loretta, and the others that we know what we can, we will see what we can do with some of their capstone projects. But mine, I will definitely use it in the curriculum, but I still need to do many things with that because I need to break it down. Thank you to all. I have to say bye now, but thank you to Tracy, Chris, Adele, everybody, especially to Emil. I think also the president, Dr. Menje, is with the board of trustees now having a meeting. That's why he left early. But I want to thank all of you.
Thank you. This has been a great experience for me too. So thank you. I'm honored to have met all of you.
Thank you very much.
So would you like to go through and talk about yours?
It's possible that her laptop went off or something.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what she was saying, that her battery was dying. So she just wanted to hurry up and say something before it did that.
Okay. Dr. Benson, would you like to go? She's back.
I don't know whether you can see my screen.
Yes, I see it. Is
Yes.
it smart learning AI with AI?
Okay. Before my presentation, I want to actually say thank you so much, Chris, and your team. To be sincere, you've made a significant transformation when it comes to this subject at TU. So looking at the environment that we are working in and the introduction of AI, when you look at Africa, this is a new area for me to know like how to use AI. I think I started not more than 2 years ago. And I was looking at it as, something that may not pick up. But as time went on very fast, so many things have changed a lot. So you realize that currently in Africa, the main challenge is how do we use AI when we are teaching? How do we help our learners to be able to use AI, but at the same time develop their natural intelligence? So I came up with a handbook. And why a handbook? You realize that I looked at writing a book. A book was something that it's big. There is a common saying here that Africans don't want to read, and if you want to hide something, just put it in the book. Even if it's money, just put it in the book. They will not read it, so you keep your money safe there. So, but we still need to read. We still need this information. So that's why I came up with a very short handbook that can help university students to use AI, because for me, the trend where we are heading now, we actually have to allow students to use AI, but they have to use it responsibly, not just copying and pasting. So that was the motivation behind this project. So what I did was, of course, I used power. I had to actually ask, this is what I want to do. I want to write a short handbook on for university students on how they can use AI and be able to, at the same time, not incapacitate themselves. They should be able to, to grow and develop their natural intellect. So AI helped me to come up with, different titles. That was not the first title. It gave me so many options. So I finally came up with what you're seeing there. Smart Learning with AI, a student guide to balanced integration. And for my entire work, I used ChatGPT-5. And I think that's why maybe my cover photo didn't come out well. You realize like I couldn't bring my name out. It didn't type it properly. That's not how my name is written, but at least I know where to go and actually pick up a best shot of the cover page. So this work was done in a period of, I used less than an hour to develop this. And the first thing was, of course, to come up with a title. Then it asked me, what should we start on? Should we go straight to chapters? Should we structure? So I asked, give me the structure and everything. So, but before that, I said we need to come up with a cover page. So we designed the cover page together. Then after the cover page, we now, it asked me to design a table of contents. And when you see what I'm showing there, what I'm sharing, I've called them contents. It had given me table of contents, and I usually know if it's a table of contents, it should be having given the pages so that you're able to know where to find these documents. So I did some bit of editing, but it was able to generate for me all this. And for me, my work is all here. When you look at the contents, it's going to, university students here don't like reading a lot. We actually struggle to make them to read. So if you write a huge document, they'll definitely not be able to read it. So I felt we need like maybe 10 pages, 15 pages, and it should be interesting. So that's how I came up with what you see here. And the introduction, I wrote chapter by chapter. Introduction, I was able to look at it. Then I would give prompts, maybe, okay, can you make it slightly a little bit detailed? Can you improve on this? Can you put it in, put in the Liberian context? So I wrote chapter by chapter. Then towards the end, I wanted to also try and see the output. So the last 3 chapters, I asked, can you write all the 3 chapters? It actually wrote them, but they are not so detailed. So I requested if it can expand, and it was able to expand. Then I went ahead and said, now generate for me a document which I can save and, use in future. Then it was able to generate from chapter 1 to the last chapter. But the challenge was when the document that was generated, actually the content was small. So I couldn't take that, but I had already saved each chapter separately. So that's how I came up with this document. You can see it's very simplified. With the introduction, they give you why it matters. When you go to chapter 2, it goes straight to what is artificial intelligence, common AI technologies. Like, these are things that, for me, university students need to know. You'll find out that in our universities here, when you talk about AI, some people don't know. They don't get it. They don't even know there are AI tools. So I felt like we need something that can simplify it. And my intention when I was working on this was how do I share it? How do I get it to these learners? So the simple mind was maybe I'll share with my students, you know, if I'm teaching, at least I have a chance to be working in a college as a dean. So I'll be able to, you know, design this properly and then share with my students. But of course, with a brief discussion with Chris, he gave me some brilliant idea, and I'm willing to take it up to publish it on Amazon. Once I've done the cleaning, I'll be able to publish it. Because of course the issue is I don't know, when it comes to publishing, the copyright, this is something that actually generated entirely using AI. The only thing I added was this preface, it wasn't there, and the conclusion. Okay, yeah, this is the conclusion. These are the things that it didn't give me, so I was able to add them up. So this being my project, I'm very, very optimistic that it can make a serious impact when it comes to how learners use AI. Because in the current, like what students do, they just go copy, paste. And the attitude that we have as instructors, as teachers, we feel like they shouldn't even use it, you know, because they don't use it properly. So I feel they like everyone feels like, no, students, you know, shouldn't be using AI, but that is the trend. So we need to let them use it, but teach them how to use it. So I hope this will be able to help us improve and get into the new world of AI. I want to say, lastly, besides this work, when I was coming to TU, actually, sometime back, maybe last year, before I left Uganda, I was teaching research methods. And every time you give an assignment, students go and actually bring the smartest work. But when it comes to presentation, they are not able to present. So I was an advocate. I was saying, no, me, something to do with take-home coursework in research methods, it's a no. But with this exposure, for me, my mind has actually changed a lot. That's why now I'm advocating for, let's allow the students to use this AI, and then we teach them how do you use it for you to be able to benefit in the whole process. So that is basically what I had for you. Thank you.
I love your approach. I told you that when I think I conveyed that when I wrote the email. I like this. I think that, you know, it's very being brief to your, you know, kids today don't read very much, right? If they're reading, they're on their phone. And I like the idea of the briefness of it, but yet it was to the point. And I think that it's something that, you know, you could put, you know, like you said, clean it, do a little bit of rearranging on it, go through, make sure the text is what you want it to say. I think you can publish it. I think I think it could be something that you could distribute to every student that comes into TU.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really liked it. And as well, I think the thing that I would just add is I've been using a term called human-centered AI, which means the human is at the center. The AI is not just a copy and paste. It requires you're driving it, right? You're telling it what you want to do. You're giving it its intent. And I like the fact that that's an approach that you're gonna essentially that's what you said, right? Was that you want the human to be there, not just to copy and paste. And I really like that approach.
Thank you.
Do you go by, I'm sorry, do you go by Benson or Tukandane?
Sorry?
Which, I see Benson and I see Tukandane
Yes.
in your name, but when I looked at it this morning, it was the other way around. So which one's your first name and which one's your last?
My first name is Tukundane.
Tukandani?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I was calling you Benson. I should have called you Tukandani.
It's okay. It's okay.
What kind of comments or questions do we have for Tukandani?
You pronounce it well.
I think great work. Great work. And you can tell, I can tell the passion that you have in advocating for bringing out AI and making sure that, you know, the country gets ahead of it, at least in education, gets ahead of this and start teaching it to where kids will want to learn it. So I think this is wonderful. I'm just really excited just to see how everybody's really using AI differently in diverse ways, because that's exactly what it's going to take to really help ourselves grow and help our communities grow. So this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. I mean, we're having same issues in the United States, so that's it's extremely relevant and there's a need. Congratulations, good job.
Thank you.
Yep, we have to do something different, right? And now this is one of those points in time where we can do something different. So I'm excited about what this is going to do for students.
And Chris, and I think that, you know, it doesn't take one person, right? Because everybody has their own lived experience and they're going to be able to amplify through the use of AI through their own experience. So that's, super cool.
All right. Thank you for that. Does anybody else want to present? Frank, the floor is yours. Oh, man after my heart. Virtual reality. The project. If you're speaking, Frank, you're on mute.
Hello.
Hello, Frank.
Are you can you hear me now?
We can.
Okay. So my project is beyond the black bowl, revolutionizing education with virtual reality. This means that in an African setting, a typical African setting, we have the traditional means of which is the black bowl. But my project using the technology facility like the smart bowl, where we can use bowl projectors and other ICT tools to teach our children or our students. So functional educational methods by introducing VR, which is the virtuous reality, to create our students can see visual representation, can collaborate with each other. So you can see in the picture that is there facilitating, and then students are all provided with the means, technology tools, the computer before them. The information was shared to them, and now using the devices of the computer before, and they are in teacher discussion, teacher instruction. Students have to see the information or to see images of the reality in which they talk. So this is all about, there are few components, key components that focus in the presentation. One of it is immersive VR learning environment. It is where teachers bring the real. Hello? The stream just left from there, pardon me. So one of the issues, one of the factors or components that we want to stress here is teachers will create the learning environment by sharing scenario where students can explore subject matter in collaboration. And then is where teachers also too can use models where we teachers can create models on the computer like GeoGebra, like other RCT tools to facilitate learning for students to develop their connected skills and see learning from the reality. The next thing is using this VR, it enhances interaction among students, where students have hands-on activities, such as lab experience, historical visit, interactions, and you see these for explorations. The next one is multi-use collaboration. When students are given this platform for learning, they put themselves in group and begin to interrogate themselves and find solution to their learning problems. So it is where also that the teacher is there to only to facilitate the process where students are sharing ideas. Now, the next aspect is it enhances learning skills, like one, remembering, and students are able to interact with each other through learning. When you are giving students the means to research, to plan, they go ahead to find their own solutions. I want to quickly run down to other aspects that are very important in this paper, like the benefits, enhances comprehensive skills, conceptual understanding, and remembering the abilities where students are able to actually, when students interact with the material, see the visual representation of what the teacher is teaching, it make them to retain information. So in conclusion, this project has the potential to change education by providing students with clear understanding, hands-on learning experiences that enhances engagement, motivation, and skills development, providing them with real-world challenges. That's all that my project will actually focus on. Thank you. This is the end of my presentation. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think Chris and the team are possibly discussing something, so we can hear you.
There we go. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was
Yeah,
saying that was a nice presentation. Just
Oh,
before.
thank you. Thank you.
So does anybody else have any questions before I dive in? Because I've got some questions. So, okay, so I'll assume nobody else got questions. So how accessible are VR headsets in Liberia?
I want us to look at the challenges, especially from the government side. You know, we have public schools here, and one of the challenges is the availability of these tools. Government is trying her best, but most of the public schools are not using these VR tools for instruction. So the schools that have these VR tools are mostly the private schools. But it does not mean that government are not providing it. But for example, they may have the computer lab, but there's no current, there is no internet. So these are the things that are hindering or hampering learning in government institutions here. Yeah. So on a percentage, we can say government is 40% providing these tools, but the structures or the equipments are there. And the next thing is they don't have the technical people to handle the lab, for example, computers and who have basic ICT knowledge.
But don't you think that would, if you had the labs, don't you think that would fix itself?
Yeah, you may have the lab, but who are the trained teachers in ICT that are going to facilitate the process is another thing again. Having the structure is different, and having people who will operate those structure is another thing. So government is also to providing this structure, but they don't have the trained personnel that are well and knowledgeable to train our students.
Yeah.
So my recommendation in this point here is government should provide it, and also train people, well trained. They should well train people in this area that will come and serve in the instruction part of it. Yes.
Well, I think I've done a lot of work in, not a lot, I won't say a lot, but I've spent 3 summers working with kids at, in one of our under-resourced areas here in Indianapolis. And what I've found is that if you can get the equipment and you need a little bit of expertise in it, you can get out of, you just give the kids the equipment and get out of the way, and they know what to go do.
Yes, I agree with you. Like in my beginning statement, I said having it and having someone with the expertise, because you need to provide the fundamentals, the basics. For example, on my computer, I have GeoGebra software. I interacted with this software during my master's thesis, and the professor in South Africa gave me the basics so I can operate on it. But considering that you have this software on the computer, and then there is no one to give you the basic understanding, now you won't be able to operate or use it for calculation. Yes. So this is a disadvantage, or what we call the challenges that we have in our locality, in our setting.
Well, we need to fix that.
Yeah, we need to fix that. This is why we are the project seeks to address or to appeal to government that yes, we can leave from the chalkboard and come to the digital instruction platform where you provide these things and then provide people who have expertise to provide the basis in our setting. Once you have the basis, you can actually go ahead using the platform for your learning.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I'm a big supporter. I believe that virtual reality and augmented reality are the things that are, now that we have AI, right? Now imagine being able to put on a VR headset and interact with bots that are based off artificial intelligence versus rules. And I'm excited about what that brings, because if you can get the infrastructure, the Quest, the Meta Quest 2 VR headsets right now in the US have come down to where you can get a used one for about $150 US, which is a lot cheaper than it has ever been. And I think if we can figure out how to get the electricity and the internet, I think I think that those things are doable.
Sure.
So, well,
yes.
thank you for that. I appreciate your hard work on this. I'm going to go through and read it all, not just your summary.
This is the summary. Yes, this is the summary, Mr. Chris. In my submission, the submission contains the full flesh or narrative of this presentation. So it's just an aspect, a very brief summary. That submission contains all the details and step methods to use to reach that dream. I will call it dream because we are coming from the traditional means to the dream or picture where we want to go. Because we look at the world now, it's living from the traditional method we have here, like chalkboard, and then using the projector, the smart board, and all those things in the classroom. So it's a dream. I believe that this proposal can do something to appeal to government to look at their plans, look at ways in which they can. It has been introduced, but to improve it.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you. This is, I enjoy hearing people's perspectives, and I enjoy these conversations. So thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Does anybody have any questions for Frank? Okay. Aaron, are you still here? Do you want to present?
I'm here. I'm here.
Would you like to present?
Yeah, sure. Let me just put up my. Look at share my
Okay.
slide. This is what I find. Yes, I'm here. Share some. I don't. Let's. You have the will. You have the. I'm trying to upload my. Trying to upload my. I'm trying to upload. I have a problem uploading my information, but my capstone project is on energy poverty.
Hold on just a sec. Give me just a second. I see that it came in just a few minutes ago to my email. So let me bring it up and I'll share it for you if that's okay.
Sure. Thanks so much.
Where is that? It's right there. There we go.
Okay. Okay, good. So energy poverty. Okay, yeah, that's it. All right. So my capstone project, my project look at I was specific on the causes and effects of energy poverty. So I addressed some key issue around energy poverty, looking at this is let me first announce this is a professional paper I'm working on. I started working on this paper 4 months ago, even before I joined this class. But I thought to extend it using the AI magic. So part of my work, I look at the introduction in terms of energy and the fundamental drive of economic growth and social development. I think accessibility to clean, reliable, and energy services is very much important. And I believe that the lack of it underpins health, education, industry, and overall quality of life. So that was part of my introductory, approach. But under the cause and effect, I look at the economic constraints. I look at one of the primary causes of energy poverty is economic hardship. Low-income households often cannot afford the cost of connection fee, most especially when it comes to electrification tariff. I also look at the inadequate energy infrastructure. Infrastructure, I will focus mainly on sub-Saharan Africa in terms of the challenges we face in spending or developing infrastructure in the energy sector. And my next attempt was to look at the geographic and the demographic barriers. So we look at the geographic within the context of the challenges we face in the challenges such as the difficult terrains and dispersed population and the vast rural expensive increase the cost of energy infrastructure. So we look at the geographic and then we look at the demographic barrier. And also I look at the political and regulatory challenges. I believe that government and governance should include weak government, most especially weak institution and policy inconsistencies contribute hugely to energy poverty, and also corruption, which happens to be the menace of society, can hamper energy sector development and its effectiveness. We also look at the ineffective regulatory framework, which deter private investment and stifle innovative ideas. And now my next attempt was to look at energy pricing and subsidy. When we say energy prices that do not reflect affordability or the absence of targeted subsidy can prevent low-income population. Then I look at the social and cultural factor. It's a lack of awareness about modern energy services, cultural preferences, and the behavior initial can slow the adoption rate. Even when energy is available, education deficit also limit the capacity to utilize energy properly and efficiently. And under the energy poverty capstone project, I also look at the effects of energy poverty, look at health impact, look at the educational limitation, and look at the economic disadvantage, social inequality, and environmental consequences. Under the discussion, you see, addressing energy poverty requires integrated approach, combining infrastructure development, financial mechanism, policy reform, and social programs, innovative and decentralized energy solutions, such as solar, mini-grid, and clean cooking technology. So stakeholders collaboration include government, private sector, and the civil society is essential in mobilizing the necessary resources to, improve and increase and alleviate energy poverty. I concluded on my professional paper by looking at energy poverty remains a complex issue rooted in economic, infrastructural, political, and social factors. It affects on health, education, economic opportunities, social equity, and the environment, underscore the urgency for comprehensive and sustained action. I believe once we can deal with the issue of economic infrastructure and the governance around energy poverty, around energy sector, we can reduce or we can eliminate energy poverty within sub-Saharan Africa. So that just was my idea around energy poverty. This piece is a professional paper. Intend to publish it once I'm completed, so it can contribute to the body of knowledge, because energy poverty is a new phenomenon, most especially in Africa, and is greatly affecting Africa development and growth. Like you see now at the Tokyo University, once the current goes off, there's no alternative source of energy. Most of those who are online had to find how to go because there's no alternative source of energy there. So it's important that we begin to address the issue of energy poverty and how we can alleviate or eliminate some of the major barriers. Thank you again, Chris.
Until I read your paper, I had never thought about it. Very interesting topic. Very thought-provoking. I'd never heard of the concept of energy poverty before. But it makes perfect sense now that you talk through it. Thank you for that. The thing that jumped out at me was your references. Have you made sure you didn't get those references from like ChatGPT or anything, did you?
No, most of my references, as I said, I started working on this paper 4 months ago. I mean, before joining the AI. So most of my information is from the IEA and then World Bank report. I had the opportunity to travel to South Africa at the University of Johannesburg. We had a discussion around energy poverty because they are developing new curriculum, and I became fascinated about energy poverty, and it was a new thing to me. And then when we had that discussion, I said, okay, I will join the team and see how best we can contribute to this body of knowledge and allow it to to benefit most especially people in sub-Saharan Africa as a whole.
Good. Okay. This is good. What kind of questions does everybody have? None? Okay. Well, thank you for that. Go ahead. Okay. Well, with that, I think everybody else was presented who's still here. So thank you for that, Aaron. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to wrap up. I will send out for those of you that have completed all the homework, I will be sending out your certificates. I will send them to Dr. Fay, and she can distribute them to you individually. We are, obviously, I'll make this video and the summary available for you. And then going forward, you'll be invited to my office hours. So you'll be able to come and you'll be able to ask questions. I'm here to answer questions for you, help you as you have your business ideas. If you want somebody to look at things for you, or you got questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. And reach out to me via my cdaily@blife.com email, and I'll be glad to help you. Dr. Fay, is there anything you want to say?
No, I said my thanks earlier, and to say that we are all grateful for the opportunity. Any communication, I will always send them to the TU participants. Thank you.
Okay.
You want to discuss my capstone project?
Would you like to talk about it now?
Yeah, basically it's just a very simple one because actually the first thing, I had three things in my mind. One was a book about my experience in Liberia. When I tried doing it first in Chat GPT, the proposed subtopics were like too professional. I said for now I too personal. For now I said I cannot share for now because I'm thinking just to write it as like a memoir for my family. So I left it. The second one was similar to that, what Loretta proposed, the capstone of Loretta, but then what I'm thinking is that a project wherein, I mean, yeah, we can set questions like maybe 100 and put them in all the computers in the lab, and then the system should generate like only 25 questions per student, and questions will not be the same per student. That was in my mind, but I didn't know really how to go about it. So I left it, and I didn't have enough time. I wanted to consult Dr. Chris, but really I was really too busy. So last night I had to do all my work, all my assignments. So I came up with the postgraduate diploma, which is we really need it here also in TU because we have a majority of our faculties here have no education, the pedagogical background in education. That's why I came up with the idea of the PGD in education for the in-service faculties. But then again, after making everything with the curriculum, with sample syllabus in each course, I still need to go back to it because not all the faculties who are on campus can do the whole 15 credits in a sem. So I need still to break. Even made post diploma a draft, the transcript of records. It's there if you've seen my capstone project. So when I will go back to it. The next step would be to break it down into different semesters so that I can
I don't think she's coming back.
I think it might be her network as well. It's possible her network just got disconnected.
Yeah. Yeah. And now yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and we'll wrap up. I'll send out an email to everybody thanking them. And as well, I'll be sending your certificates to Dr. Fay, as well as my contact information. And I'll let her know what my office hours are. Thank you very much, everybody, for being patient with us and for participating. It's been a good experience, and I hope it's been a good experience for you all too. All right, with that, I'll go ahead and end the meeting. Thanks, everybody.